Okay, I'm here. Sorry, it took me a hot second. I had to open up a brand new thing of creamer because I ran out of creamer, but luckily I had a second spare creamer for when I did run out of creamer. So I've got my coffee now. Yippee! Ah, it's so good, dude. Holy fuck. Good morning. How are you guys? Let's see who all we got here. Daily Pillow, we got Jacob on YouTube. Thanks for grabbing your Daily Pillow. And then first was taken by Leonix. Thank you so much, Leonix, for taking my first today. Makes me very, very happy that you could be my first. Let's see, Daily Pillows. We've also got Barb. We've got Jeremy, got Thesaurus, Leonix, Engar, Nugget, Vortexiality, and Brandy. Welcome in, all of you. How many creams in your coffee? Oh, I have like the jumbo bottle of creamer. I probably pour like maybe like an eighth a cup of creamer. Yeah. What happened? Why was I not live? Oh, I don't know. Welcome in. Good morning. Yeah. Maybe it was just a weird delay on YouTube end, but yeah, welcome in. But yeah, I get like the jumbo of the sweet and creamy creamer. That's like my personal favorite. I like it's basically like a better version of vanilla. Because then I like to have like a bunch of different stuff with my coffee while I'm drinking it, so it doesn't affect the flavor of the other things. Oh my god, the secret nugget order. I got you. So we'll be doing your reading with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Also, thank you for the 500 biddies. Thank you. I'm excited for today. Oh my gosh. Let's see who's in the queue, actually. First up in the queue is, oh my gosh, no wonder you were so excited. Barb is first up in the queue with the love reading. Then after that, we've got Thesaurus with a general reading. Then we've got Nugget with a random reading. Benny with a let the cards decide reading. And that's the current queue so far. So why don't we start with Barb? Let me grab my cards too. I probably need those if I'm gonna be doing tarot readings. Tee. My roommate's making some dinner in the kitchen right now, so if you hear loud clanking or something, that's him. Let's grab my oracle cards. And my tarot cards. Alrighty, shall we see what we've got for you, Barb, before your love reading? Who doesn't love a good love reading? And then since you are sub, you also get a oracle card with your reading as well. Yay! But how are you guys? How's it going? Today's been a busy day for gaming for me today. Arknight's Enfield just updated this morning, so I was playing the new update this morning for Arknights. And then Uma Musume update dropped while I was asleep, so I have to play Uma Musume after stream. I gotta update, I gotta get my free 10 pool, I gotta play the new Trailblazers campaign. It's exciting. I'm good. I've been reading some of my haul I got yesterday. Oh yeah, from the books he bought. Yeah. Very fun, very fun. Hope you enjoy. I already got my butt beat in the new campaign. Oh my god, if you already got your ass kicked, I can't wait to see mine. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I wonder who I'm gonna start the new campaign with. Probably my daughter. You're on your first run now? I believe in you. Yeah. Oh my god, the good luck spell. Alright, let me pull out the cards for Barb first for the love reading, and then I will read out the good luck spell to you. Okay, and then now we gotta grab your oracle card. RNG's already been beating my ass. I'm not ready for the new campaign as well. Yeah. Oh my god, what if we all hop in a Discord call and play through the new campaign together? And then we all race our campaign horses against each other, regardless of if they fail the campaign or not. We just make a race. Just to see who gets the furthest. Yes. Horde of Mambos rapidly approaching. Oh, that's right. I need to see if I get my Mambo. Dude, I need to message my friend Marie. She's like huge into Mambo, dude. Oh, I need to make sure she's aware. I'm sure she's aware because she also plays Uma. But she loves Mambo, so I'll do it for her. Ooh, okay. Alright, now let's read your good luck spell, Benny. Let me open up my spell book. Okay. Summoning the stars to guide from above, lead with light and let Lady Luck shine. Reweave the threads of destiny, Ultima Fortuna. There you go. Remember, no refunds or returns on spells. Regardless of their efficacy, you cannot return them. Okay, there you go. Fingers crossed it works. And let's go ahead and put these cards up on the screen. I have to like rearrange everything. I need room for my coffee, but also for my mouse, but also for the cards. There we go. Okay. All right, let's put these up on the screen for you. Barb, for your love reading. Starting with And then the last card is okay. We've got all of the cards for you, Barb, for your romance reading. In order of left to right, we have the Queen of Coins, we have the 10 of Wands, and we have the 9 of Wands. And then for your Oracle card, we have time, like the herb time. So let's go ahead and start breaking these down for you, starting with the Queen of Coins, right? The Queen of Coins is definitely somebody who has like this very like generous, very nurturing sort of side to them. Somebody who wants to take care of other people and wants to take the lead, I would say, in taking care of other people. Certainly somebody who has a lot of love to give, but they want to be cool about it. I feel like they feel almost like overbursting with love, but it's very much like I said, like a nurturing kind of love. You see people, you want to take care of them, right? But then we follow it up with the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is a card of like a heavy burden. There's like a weight on your shoulders. It's a trial of the heart. It feels like your heart is very easily kind of mixed up and confused, and feels like your heart's going one way, but then it suddenly goes another way. You kind of got a lot going on inside of there. And then sort of as well tying in with the 9 of Wands, which is a card of like biding your strength over time to ensure your success. It's strength in reserve. You don't let things happen overnight, right? Which kind of makes me feel like it's telling you slow down. Slow down there, partner. I know you want to give so much love to so many people. Your heart is very big and you want to take care of so many people, but you gotta slow your roll. You gotta chill. You gotta chill the fuck out, bruh. It's rapidly very much like a fall in love at the drop of a hat kind of vibes. You gotta chill. They'll still be there. You don't need to worry about throwing all of your love to them all at once right now. Take your time with it. Have you ever heard of a slow burn? Those motherfuckers don't even look at each other until like 800k words in. All right, like let's not get a hold of ourselves. All right. And then that sort of brings us to your Oracle card, which is time. Like I said, the herb, which is a card of presence, but also I think a card of self-awareness. I think it's okay to recognize what you feel for other people. If you feel attraction for other people, if you feel love for other people, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, for recognizing that. But I think you're too quick to want to pour the love. You're going to drown the plant. Okay, like think of a potential partner as a cute little plant. They're a cute little plant. They're so cute. Oh, so adorable. You know. You got to take care of the plant. There's no doubt about that. If you don't take care of the plant, it'll die. You know. So, I'm not saying you should completely neglect it. But if you overwater a plant, if you over-fertilize a plant, you will also kill that plant. Okay? If you overwater a plant, it's going to get root rot. It's going to get so wet, it's going to develop mold. It's not good. All right? Avoid root rot. But also if you over-fertilize a plant, you could potentially chemically burn the plant, right? Because of the excess of all of the other chemicals inside of the fertilizer, which are normally good in small amounts, are not as good in, you know, massive quantities. Also, oh my gosh, Mita Shklump. Mita and Shklump. Thank you for the raids. Welcome in. I'm doing tarot readings right now. I hope y'all are doing good. Ooh, did you win? Did you win at Tabletop RPG? Did you win the Tabletop RPG? Did you get to roll some dice? That's my favorite part. I like eating the dice. They're very shiny. Yeah, welcome in. But yeah, Barb, I would say I think the key thing here is I understand you have a lot of love in your heart. And there's a lot of people that you want to give your love to. But I think you gotta ease up on how much love you're giving people, you know? The big bad evil guy kind of kicked her ass, so we're here for the chill vibes. Oh my god. I mean, was the big bad evil guy like sexy though? Because if so, I mean, I wouldn't mind if they kicked my ass. Also, Shklump and Love Liminal, thank you for the follows. Welcome. She was hot. She was, yeah. Then it's fine. It's fine. I wouldn't be mad about it. I feel like I do flip-flop a lot between people I have crushes on. There's a few at any given time recently. And I think it's fine. I think it's fine to have crushes on lots of people. I don't think there's any issue with that. Like I said, I think the issue is that you kind of want to drown them in your love. I think that's the main thing here, you know, is you want to like just shower them in love. But like I said, you have to think of potential, you know, people you have crushes on, all of the people around you. You have to think of them as plants. You have to think of them as cute, tiny baby plants. And if you dump a gallon of love on top of that plant, you are going to drown that poor plant, okay? Nice, gentle sprinkling. As it gets bigger, as it grows, you know, as the love, as the relationship grows, you can give it more water. You can give it more love, right? But you have to let it grow. You have to let it get bigger. She's a big shadow empress who wants to cover all of Texas in shadow. Oh my god. I mean, it'll probably cool down Texas. Ain't it too hot? I hit him with the ma'am. But yeah, I would say the key thing here is there's nothing wrong with wanting to give love, but I think the cards are kind of telling you, but like ease up. You know, take your time. There's no rush. You don't need to dump all of your love onto them right now. Especially if you're planning on having some, like, you know, whether it's friendship or, you know, romantic relationships with them in the future, you can still take it slow. The goal is to keep them in your life for a long time, isn't it? So there's no need to rush through things when it comes to love, you know? Average Texan doesn't care how bad he gets as long as taxes go down. True. Yeah, Texas is, like, kind of surprising, and especially in certain areas, how expensive it can get to live there. But there you go. I hope that helps, Barb. I hope that helps. Like I said, don't drown your potential lovers in your love. You gotta gently sprinkle it. Health reading. Hi, Misama. Welcome in. I feel like it's been a hot minute. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Okay, but yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Alright, next up in the queue is... Next up is Gothosaurus. Gothosaurus, you're here, right? Yeah, I've been busy with PC issues, so I think it will finally be fixed come next week. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Yay, my turn. Yeah, it's Gothosaurus' turn. I'm glad to hear your PC issues will finally be resolved at least. Yeah, it's always nice seeing a familiar face pop up in chat after a while. Makes me happy. Alrighty, let's see what we got for your general reading. Got the Saurus. I can smell my roommate making the dinner. It already smells good. Alright, let's see what we got for you. Okay. Alrighty, well, we got all the cards for you. Got the Saurus for your general reading. So let's go ahead and put them up on the screen for you, starting with... And then the last one. There we go. Alrighty. We got all the cards. So in order of left to right, got the Saurus for your general reading. We have the Knight of Coins. We have the reverse Hanged Man. And we have the reversed Nine of Coins. So, right off the bat, this feels like you're tired. This feels like you're tired. You got a lot going on. You got a lot on your plate. But we start with the Knight of the Knight of Coins, sorry. And the Knight of Coins is a very honest, very hardworking person. Somebody who's just trying to do their best. It ain't much, but it's honest work. They're doing their best to just get things done. To focus on what needs to be done and trying to do it the right way, you know. And honestly, that's even more exhausting than just doing it at all, is making sure that you're doing it properly. It takes even more effort, but it saves you time in the end, but god damn, it's a lot of effort to do things properly right from the get-go. So I definitely get it. But it feels like you're focused on doing what you can, working for yourself to build yourself up, to strengthen yourself, you know? But then we come across the reverse Hanged Man, right? And the reverse Hanged Man is kind of a card of, like, not wanting to come to terms with how you're feeling about things. It's kind of like, I want to say like deluding, but I guess deluding yourself about how you really feel about certain things. Convincing yourself, it's holding back your true self, right? You're telling yourself something in order to try to like feel like if you tell yourself this, it'll become real and become true, right? And I'm not sure how effective that'll actually be for you, especially in long term, of like trying to convince yourself of this thing, right? So I think really the cards are kind of like, hey, you got to be honest with yourself about how you really feel about this stuff, you know? And that kind of leads us into your third card, which is the reverse Nine of Coins, which is a card of, honestly, you are spreading yourself too thin. You are absolutely on the verge of overwork and you need to be careful. You are burning through your energy like crazy right now. Is like a card, especially for like work matters or like financial stuff, whatever the case might be. But this is a card of like, hey, you need some personal care right now. You need to take care of yourself. You need some self-care. All right. You are like on the verge, I think, of holding yourself together, like on the verge of like falling apart. You are being held together with like fishing wire and like scotch tape at this point. It's like, sure, you could keep pushing, but it might be best for you to breathe, take a break wherever you can, in any instances that you can, right? I think be honest about your feelings in a lot of this It's okay to admit that you're tired or that you're frustrated or that you're annoyed or any of the quote unquote ugly emotions. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, I fucking hate this. This sucks ass. All right, I want a break. There's nothing wrong with that. Or if you convince yourself that you need to do something because, well, this is good for me. I need to do this because this is helpful for me. Is it though? Is it really that helpful for you? Because you'd be surprised, I think, what you can manage if you open yourself up to other possibilities, other things that you can do. There's no one singular straight right answer for every single problem, right? There's always a variety of solutions. So I think if one solution is technically kind of ish working, but you're not happy with it, I think it's okay to look into potential other solutions instead. It's okay to say, well, yes, technically this is fixing it right now, but I don't like the way it's fixing it, so I'm gonna look for a different way to fix it. That's fine. I would say don't stress about trying to stick with what you've already done so far. You know, in my head, the sunk cost fallacy comes to mind in a sense of like that feeling of like I've already invested so much time and I've already invested so much money and so much energy into this. I can't just give it up because I've already sunk so much into this. If I give it up now, it'll all be a waste. No, it won't. No, it won't. You'd be surprised when you think you have to start something over from scratch. You're not actually starting it over from scratch. You're starting it over with the experiences you've already gained from the past version. It's just gonna go faster now and it'll be simpler now. So don't be afraid, I think, to clear the board and start fresh if you need to. But I think right now the main thing is you got to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself, your body, your health, whatever the case is. It feels like it's weighing on you. But yeah, I hope that helps, Gothosaurus. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I hope it helps. Next up in the queue is Nugget, and Nugget wants an all Yu-Gi-Oh reading. Let's see. So what do the Yu-Gi-Oh cards feel like they need to tell Spicy Nugget right now? Hi, Sequoia, welcome in. Hi, Kyle Twitch, welcome in. All right, let's see what we got for you, Nugget. For what the cards feel like you need to hear right now. Synapses are fried. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll play the cover song after we do Nugget's reading. How do I get in the list? It's through the channel point redeems. So if you click the little sparkle underneath the chat bar, you can redeem tarot card reading. Played a game on stream and the VIPs spammed so much I nearly screwed up my monitor. Oh my gosh. Did you win though? Did you win? Did you get the Fortnite Victory Royale? Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down, get down. Please, nothing too wild. I'm a tired chicken. Well, that's up to the Yu-Gi-Oh cards at this point. You paid for the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and the Yu-Gi-Oh card's gonna tell you what it is. I wasn't streaming, I was in chat. Oh, gotcha. We won, I guess. In the grand scheme of things. I mean, it's all, you know, according to subjective point of view as to whether or not you won, I would say. All right, let's see what your Yu-Gi-Oh cards say, Nugget. Okay, okay. Interesting. Interesting lineup we have here. All right, Nugget. So for your 5 Yu-Gi-Oh cards for your reading, we have 7 Colored Fish, Contract with the Abyss, Heart of the Underdog, Light of Intervention, and Dark Zebra. So really, really interesting lineup of cards we have here. Starting with the 7 Colored Fish, a rare rainbow fish that has never been caught by mortal man. This feels like this is what you're chasing right now. You're trying to chase after your 7 Colored Fish. You're trying to acquire your dream, the thing that you are fighting for right now. That is represented by the 7 Colored Fish. So I think for sure it's very much on the forefront of your mind. Your current goals have been and will continue to be, I think, on the forefront of your mind, right? But then that leads us to Contract with the Abyss. This card can be used to ritual summon any dark ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total level is exactly equal to the level of the ritual monster you wish to ritual summon. So this is kind of like a sacrifice in order to reach the greater goal sort of vibe over here, right? It's you have to let go of one thing if you want to accomplish another. And I think you've kind of realized that you have to do that. You have to let go of some things if you want to achieve that 7 Colored Fish, that goal that you are trying to attain, right? I would just say be careful to make sure you realize what you're letting go of as you do that, you know? It's easier in hindsight to be like, yeah, I'll give up whatever as long as I get my goal. But I think it's important to just carefully look over it and make sure that what you're giving up is worth it to you in exchange for your goals, right? We follow it up with Heart of the Underdog, which during your draw phase, when you draw a normal monster, you can reveal it and draw 1 more card, right? This is a card of you are fighting. I think this is pretty clear. You're fighting your hardest, I think, to try to get things done. But also take what you can, right? Whatever life is offering you, whatever hand you are currently being dealt by life, I would say try to utilize it to the fullest extent that you can. Take whatever you can get your hands on. I think if it's within reach, if it's an option, I think you should take it, right? Like, don't allow pride, I would say, to stop you from accepting help from other people if it's being offered willingly, you know? Like, it's okay to just accept whatever is being given to you, you know? Because all of the stinkers life is giving you, you don't really get an option with those. But all of the help that life is offering you, you do get to pick that up, you know? So I would say make sure you take that in. And that feels sort of amplified as well by the card Light of Intervention, right? While this card is on the field, monster cards cannot be set or flipped face down. If a monster card would be set, it must be normal summon in the face-up defense position. You know? So I think that's also sort of like reiterating this sense of accept others, accept the help of others. You don't have to do all of this alone. Nobody's saying you have to chase your dream, your 7 Colored Fish alone. I think open your heart to what other people are offering you. Also, hi, Ren. Welcome in. And then that sort of brings us to your final card, which is Dark Zebra. If this is the only card in your control during your standby phase, it is automatically placed in the defense position. You cannot change the position of this card during the same turn, you know? So keep in mind, this says if it's the only card. If you are alone, you cannot go on the attack. You have to be put on defensive position, right? And I think that's sort of the key thing here is you need other people with you. I don't think you can rely on this by yourself. And if you think about the Heart of the Underdog, right? The underdog, what is an underdog? The underdog is like usually the protagonist. Usually the protagonist is the underdog. But they are never fighting alone, bro. Not a single protagonist in any of this shit, the underdog fights alone. They have all of their friends. They fight for their friends. They fight for their friends. Let your friends help you. You don't have to shoulder the burden all by yourself. Okay? The cards are reiterating this to you. You do not have to do this by yourself. So there you go. I hope that helps. What about the solo leveling guy? The solo leveling guy literally has an army of summons that he relies on. What are you talking about? He literally summons all of his allies. How very solo is he? Yeah. He got us with that one. I mean, even like at the beginning of solo leveling too, there are other people in his life who care about him and who try to help him. Maybe they're not as great at it, but they do love and genuinely care for him. Solo not good as he has his friends, yeah. Life has been throwing me a wild hand. I think that's where you go to reach for your friends for help, to reach for your friends for support. He may be solo leveling, but he's not solo living. True. Ugh, words to live by. Snaps. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna print that out. I'm gonna stick it to my wall. Alrighty. So there you go. I hope that helps, Nugget. Fingers crossed. I'll put it on the fridge. Yeah. You print out your own comments to tape to your fridge. I love that for you. Actually, I'm gonna pin that too. I love that. Yeah. There you go. All right, next up is Benny. Damn, I cooked already. Yeah. And Benny wants a let the cards decide reading. So let's see what we got for you, Benny. Oh yeah, the cover song. That's right. Thank you for reminding me. That's right. Let's see. It was the Sunaida cover song. Okay. Let me pause my music. And then let's go over to the YouTube. And then let's go to my videos on YouTube. This is my YouTube channel, you guys. And then where is that? There it is. Okay. Tsunaida tani kisu wo. Yippee! There you go. Now let's put the lo-fi back on. You're a very talented singer, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. And that is a song from D. Gray Man, which was very pivotal to me. Fun fact, the earring you see me wearing right now, my little dangly earring, is actually a reference to D. Gray Man. Alan Walker wears a communicator earring on that ear that looks very similar to the one I'm wearing during the Noah's Ark arc. In which he sings that specific song. Is it on YouTube? Yeah, it is. It is on my YouTube. I have an entire playlist of all of my cover songs on my YouTube, as well as my ASMR role plays on my YouTube as well. Oh my god, look at you! Thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got multiple songs, including my own original song on YouTube. So. Derry the Bard and Dream Mage. I wanted it to be a very, very lullaby-esque because the original song is a lullaby, right? So I really wanted to sing it softly for the lullaby effect, you know? Also, hi, Harry. Welcome in. All right, now next we're doing Benny's reading. I'm gonna use it to sleep. Yeah, you can get cozy with it. All right, and Benny said, let the cards decide. Let's see what we got for you. Benny's still here, right? Benny didn't fall asleep. I'm here. Okay. Just wanted to make sure since this is your reading. Hi, Hiri on YouTube. We're currently working through the queue at the moment. But do we have any slots available? Let me check and see. If we do, I can add you to the queue. Let's see. Okay, we do have a slot. So if you're okay with waiting for a bit, because we do have a few people in the queue in front of you, Hiri, we can add you to the queue. If you would like. Yes, no worries. Okay, okay. Then we'll go ahead and Leonix, can you add Hiri to the queue? Hiri on YouTube. Pretty please. Yeah, let's see what we got for you, Benny. So what do the cards feel like you need to hear right now, Benny? Okay, okay. And now, since you're subbed, we'll also get your Oracle card. Okay. We got all the cards for you, Benny. So, let's go ahead and put them up on the screen. Starting with... And then... You want me to redeem a reading in Hiri's place on Twitch so you don't go over slots? Yes, please. That would actually be perfect. Thank you, Leonix. And then we've got the last card, which is... There we go. All right, Benny. For your reading, for what the cards feel like you need to hear right now, we have the Seven of Wands, we have the Reverse Star, and we have the Reverse Ten of Wands. And then for your Oracle card, we have Snow. Oh my gosh, yeah, thank you for the 100 biddies, Ron. Yeah, we'll do the full spread for you. I got you, I got you. Thank you for the 100 biddies. So, starting with the Seven of Wands, Benny. The Seven of Wands is a card of a struggle, confrontation, if you will. Something is brewing. Some sort of trouble, you can see, is sort of brewing beneath the surface. But this is also a card that reassures you of it's not going to be more trouble than you can handle. It's not going to be anything more than is within your capabilities. So I would say don't stress too much about what is sort of coming and what is sort of happening right now. You'll make it through. You'll make it through. Trouble coming my way. Yeah, but I think it's because of the reverse star card. I think the trouble specifically is the reverse star card here. And the reverse star card is usually like a blockage, like usually it's like a mental blockage, very much like a detachment or like an inability to focus. It feels like maybe your head's just not in it, or your brain's feeling a little foggy with it. Whatever the case is, it feels like you can't fully wrap your head around things, or maybe you're feeling like a sense of detachment or maybe depression. Whatever the case is, it's definitely like kind of like internal mental struggle, it feels like, rather than like external struggle, I would say. And that's sort of something I think to keep in mind here is like this is definitely like a more internal thing for you. Whether it's, like I said, whether it's like a depression surging up, or if just like the inability to focus, unable to like lock in, get your head in the game, whatever the case may be. But you have the reverse 10 of Wands. And in this case, oh my god, thank you for the cat ears. And in this case, the reverse 10 of Wands is a card that reassures you that this too shall pass, right? This is very much a card of troubles are temporary, right? Whatever happens, it's not going to last forever. And I think that's sort of the key thing to sort of keep in mind and keep close to your heart is even when the going gets tough, it will not stay tough. It will not stay bad forever, you know? Hi, Gentle Monster. Yeah, if we have slots, you can redeem it through the channel point redeem. We have tarot readings. Depression, troubles coming away. So yeah, I think the key thing here is more like the cards are kind of reassuring you. They're like, hey, it's going to be okay. You're going to be able to make it through this. It's not going to last forever. So thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, their troubles are not going to last forever. These feelings that you have are not going to stay forever. It's going to feel like it. I think in the moment it's going to feel like this is how I'm going to feel forever. I'm never going to feel anything other than this for the rest of my life. But then it passes. But then the next day comes. But then the sun starts shining again, you know? I feel like the cards are kind of reassuring you. It's like, you're going to have a tough time. It's going to be difficult. But you are going to make it through. You are going to get through this. It will be temporary. And I think remember in your heart that this will be temporary, right? Like I said, that this too shall pass, I think is definitely the key phrase of this reading here. And then that sort of brings us to your oracle card, which is Snow, which is a card of rest and contemplation. I think it's very easy to sort of spiral mentally when you've got like a lot kind of going on in your head. I know I definitely suffer from that myself, where like I have like the negative thoughts and then I kind of just like exacerbate them to the point where they start to like spiral a bit out of control. It can be definitely really difficult, but I think the key thing is to mentally just put it down. Mentally put your anxieties and your worries and your depression and your fear and your self-loathing or whatever it is, just put it down. Be like, I can hate myself in the morning. I'm going to sleep. I will put down my self-hatred onto the table, onto the desk, and I will look at it in the morning. And 9 times out of 10, when I wake up in the morning, I feel better. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, why was I even that stressed? But it really gets to you. It really does. I think, especially for creative types, people who like to create, who like to make things and then like to show off those things to the world. I think it's like a little worm in your brain. It's a little wormy guy in your brain who's like, hey, you're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. That wasn't good enough. You could have done better there. You know you could have done better there, and yet you didn't. And now people are being nice to you, telling you they like it, but they don't actually like it. They're just being nice to you because they feel so bad for you. Yeah. And then you have to tell the little worm in your brain to shut up because you're trying to sleep because it's like 7 a.m. And you pulled another all-nighter. Fuck that worm. Fuck that little worm. He don't know nothing. Why are you in my head? Because we all think the same. Like I said, it's very common with like creative types. You gotta get that worm out your head. Get that worm out your head. Like I said, so what I like to do, especially if I do start to spiral like that, I imagine it as like a physical thing, like a book of self-hatred, you know? I imagine it like a little book, and I'm like, you know what? Closing the book, and I'm putting it on my bedside table, and I will continue reading the book in the morning. I'm closing the book right now. I will reread it. I will continue reading it in the morning. And I wake up in the morning, I'm like, why the fuck would I want to read this book? Am I stupid? Why the fuck would I willingly read this book? And I put it back on the shelf. So I think the key thing here is the card's kind of reassuring you. It's temporary. It's temporary. The feelings you have are temporary. They're not going to last forever. So don't let them get to you. Don't let them feel like they're going to last forever, and you'll be okay. This is a time of rest and of healing. Gotta finish the book though. What if it picks up in the end? No. Put a little worm on the table and let him scream while you sleep unbothered. Yeah, I'll put him in a jar on the bedside table. Feed him a couple leaves, see if that cheers him up. But yeah, fuck that evil little worm, dude. I don't know why he says that shit. He's so jealous. But there you go. Like I said, I think it's common, especially with creative types. You're always sort of overanalyzing everything that you do, and if it's good enough, and if it's high quality enough, and why didn't you do this better? You know you could have done this better. If you just done this a little bit better, it would have been better, but now it's not good enough because you can see all the flaws. But like, honestly, most people don't see the flaws. 99% of people, unless they're like an expert in the field, are not going to see the flaws. I get so up in arms about trying to make my art look good. And you know what? The average person is only looking at it for like 3 seconds on Twitter before they scroll. And when I think about it that way, it's like, oh, well, nobody's gonna care if a line is slightly off, or if a bit is a little wobbly, or if I didn't color this part perfectly or shade this area perfectly. They're only gonna look at it for 3 seconds anyways. Even if it was, if the Mona Lisa was posted on Instagram today, it would be looking for like, it would be looked at for like 2 seconds before it immediately scrolled to the next one. People would not give a fuck. Which is both sad, but also in a weird way kind of reassuring. It's like, even my flaws, people don't pay that much attention to. Don't worry, I'm bringing up the average second count by 1 because I'd be staring. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're staring at it? Oh my gosh. You're making me blush. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of most people do not analyze what they consume. Which is crazy because I feel like I want to analyze everything, especially like when I see other artists' art. I like love to zoom in on the details and like try to break down how they're shading and coloring things. Ain't nobody else fucking doing that on average, you know. Other artists maybe, but the average Joe is not analyzing your color palette choice to see how you're utilizing color theory. That's not a thing that the average Joe is doing. Joe's just over there scrolling. He got that one singular art piece you spent 8 hours on. He spent 2 seconds looking at it in between cat videos. And honestly, who can blame him? Who is Joe? You know, the everyman. Joe Everyman. Also formerly known as Joe Mama, you know. Also, hi Astro, welcome in. But yeah, I hope that helps, Bunny. Fingers crossed. Try not to get into your own head about that's too much. What about Professional Joe? Professional Joe's breaking that shit down. Professional Joe's analyzing things. Alrighty. I was hoping for the Joe Mama joke. Yeah, I got you. Alrighty. Next up is Berserk. I'm gonna watch Zootopia 2 and then go to sleep. Yeah, have fun. I hope you enjoy Zootopia 2 and get lots of rest. Yeah, next up is Berserk, and Berserk wants a career/education reading. Okay. Let's see what we got for you. Let's see. grab your oracle card as well. Hi, Krypton. Welcome in. Oh, okay. We got all the cards for you, Berserk. So let's go ahead and put them up on the screen. Starting with... And then the last card is... There we go. Alrighty. So, we got all the cards in order of left to right, Berserk, for your career/education reading. We have the Four of Swords, we have the reverse Six of Cups, and we have the Three of Coins. And then for your oracle card, we have Oak Tree. So, let's go ahead and start breaking these down for you, starting with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a card of the battle is over. Now is the time for healing and rest, right? This is the time for recuperation, putting yourself back together. You've worked hard up till this point. It's okay to take a breather, you know? Relax, let down your guard a little bit. You're not fighting for your life anymore, you know? That's what the Four of Swords is all about. It's also a card of like allowing other people to get closer to you again, I'd say. Now that you can let your guard down, you can have other people come closer to you to help you heal as well. You don't have to heal alone. And then we followed up with the reverse Six of Cups. And the reverse Six of Cups is definitely like a card of clinging to the past. Clinging to like those nostalgic memories in a sense. And it feels like the card is like, hey, I definitely get that you love the past memories, but you are also kind of looking at them with rose-tinted glasses, I would say. It's fine to reminisce. There's nothing wrong with reminiscing. But don't look towards the past for where you want to go. You need to make sure you're looking towards the future, right? Because you can't walk backwards on the flow of time, unfortunately. Which kind of brings us to your third card, which is the Three of Coins, which is a card of honing your skills, mastering your craft. This is a card that's all about preparing yourself for the future, right? You're setting yourself up for future success by taking the time to build yourself up, to strengthen your abilities, right? You can see the flower here is saffron, which is like one of the most expensive spices in the world, right? It's very much a card of take the time to nurture yourself and grow yourself towards the future because you are worth the investment in yourself, right? Which sort of leads us to your oracle card now, which is Oak Tree, which is a card of power, courage, and strength, right? You're setting down your roots, you're building yourself up, you're building yourself strong. And when you do that, you are able to provide more, I think, not only for yourself, but also for the people around you, right? An oak tree is helpful to many animals and plants within the environment. The shade of the oak tree helps shade-loving plants grow properly. You have birds and other animals that live within the tree itself. It's only when that tree grows strong and builds itself up to that strength and that level of like power that others can rely on it and it works with the ecosystem, you know? So I think it's a matter of treasuring yourself leads to better results for not only you, but for even all of those directly around you, you know? So it feels like the cards are really saying, like, yes, I know you want to look towards the past. You want to look towards the things that were simple and easier before. But if you want to move forward, which now is the time to move forward, now is the time to heal for what has already happened, you have to focus on yourself. You have to focus on building yourself up and strengthening yourself up and honing your skills, honing your craft, so you can pursue what you really want. Don't look towards what could have been, what could have happened. Don't reminisce on the past. It's not helpful. All you can do is just kind of keep moving forward. And as you do that, you strengthen yourself. And because you strengthen yourself, you strengthen those around you. You know? Like I said, don't get caught up in the, oh, if only I had done this and this and this like 10 years ago. Oh, if only I had invested in Bitcoin back in like fucking 2012 when my friend told me about it. It doesn't matter. You can't go back in time. You cannot get a time machine. Don't bother with it, all right? All you can do is move forward. Yet another dare banger. Wow, this is very PogChamp. Like, good advice living through tarot is so refreshing. Also, fuck crypto. If only I joined the NVDA when I had the chance. Yeah, there's no use thinking like that. There really is no use thinking like that. It can't be helped, you know? Until they invent the time machine, there's no use worrying about things like that. Fuck, I should have bought a sweet treat today. You just have to buy yourself a sweet treat tomorrow. Look forward to buying yourself a delicious treat tomorrow. That's all you can do in this life. And there you go. I hope that helps, Berserk. You know, because I see a lot of people who say that about specifically Bitcoin. They're like, man. But you know what's crazy is I actually did have a friend in high school who was telling me about Bitcoin like fucking a decade ago. Well, more than a decade ago, actually. It's like crazy to think about. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that friend talking to me about that, and I didn't give a fuck about it because I was like 15. I did not give a fuck about crypto at 15, and I still don't give a fuck about crypto now. So I should have been buying a house as a middle schooler as the crash was going on. As a middle schooler? Yeah, no. It's crazy. Yeah, I should have bought a house at 8, then I could actually have a place to live. But yeah. I hope that helps, Berserk. Fingers crossed. Next up in the queue is Misamo-chan. Misamo-chan, are you still here? Let me finish my coffee. I'm here, yippee! Okay, and Misamo-chan wants a health reading. So let's see what we got for you. For your health reading. Let's see what we got for you. Oh, okay. Well, all these are upside down, so let me just flip them all right side up and we'll read them all right side up. Okay. We got all the cards for you, so let's put them up on the screen so you can see what I'm seeing. Starting with... And then we have... There we go. Alrighty, so these are all the cards we've got for you, Misamo-chan, for your health reading. In order of left to right, we have the 9 of Cups, we have the 10 of Cups, and we have the Ace of Swords. So let's go ahead and start breaking this down for you, starting with the 9 of Cups, right? The 9 of Cups is a card of storing up your energy, slowly building yourself up, you know, replenishing yourself and creating the chance to make your own oasis in the desert, right? Things have been difficult, but you're clearly focusing on what you can do to strengthen yourself for the future, right? I think focusing on what you can do so future you doesn't have as many issues is a great way, I think, to focus on your health, you know? Like, for example, for me, I have lower back problems a lot of the time. So I've been trying to do more stretches so I can build up my lower back and my core strength. So I will have less back problems. So that's something I do for future me. So that way I don't have another back spasm again and end up in the ER because of like unbelievable pain. Like excruciating pain. It was so bad. Like I couldn't move. It sucked. I haven't had that happen in quite a while, luckily, but that is something I try to do now in order to mitigate that and prevent that from happening, is trying to work on my core so I won't have those issues with my back, my poor achy breaky back. And so yeah, it's like this card of building yourself up stronger for the future. I cannot care less about future me. Past me was a jerk to me and I will be a jerk too. Wrong. Wrong. Incorrect. Wrong opinion. Future you can decide tomorrow to wake up and be a better person. Back hurt from carrying the streaming world is a crazy sentence. Let the cycle continue. No. You are the one in control of the wheel. You can't say, well, I can't stop the wheel from spinning. It's just going to spin if you're the one actively spinning the wheel. Take control. You have more control over yourself than you think. When it comes to your personality and what you do for yourself and for other people, you are in full control of that. All right? Yeah, smash the wheel, break the wheel. There's also beginner yoga YouTubes that I follow along to. Yeah, I like doing the laying down stretches where you take your like left leg and you like, while you're laying flat, so like you lay flat on your back, right? And then you take your left leg and you try to put it so your left knee is like touching on the other side of your right leg. Does that make sense? I like doing those, and then the opposite side too. Like the twisties. I don't know what they're called. I don't know the official term for it. I just call them twisties. I do my little twisties to stretch my back. Yeah, the twisties are good. They're very relieving. Yeah, just like holding it. Yeah. I like doing those. When I'm in the kitchen, I do my little upper torso twisties too. While I'm like cooking my food or whatever and I'm standing in the kitchen. Yeah, it's good. It's good to build up the strength where you can, you know. And you can do it in small things. I found there's surprisingly a decent amount of tutorials for people who like maybe are bedbound, or they just don't have as much energy. There's like a lot of even more basic versions of a lot of stretches that people can do to build up their strength to get to the normal level stretches, you know. In the same way, like there's like multiple levels of push-ups. Because did you know the arm ones are like the last level of like the classic push-up? You can do wall push-ups, which are like a lot easier on you to build up your strength. Yeah, I just think that's neat. There's a lot of variations to stretches to make it easier so you can start off building your strength from basically zero. I think that's neat. Also, hi, Axe Dragon, welcome in. But yeah, so the Nine of Cups is a card that's all about building yourself up slowly to build up your strength for future you, right? And then we sort of follow that into the Ten of Cups, which is a card of looking towards the future with dreams, with happy fantasies, looking forward to what you can do for yourself. And I think when you have an ideal goal of what you want to achieve, it makes it that much easier for you to focus on like sort of locking into things. And you're like, because like for me, my goal is I don't want to have back spasms and end up in the fucking ER again because I pulled a back muscle. So my goal is to avoid the ER. In this economy, whew, yeah, I gotta avoid the ER, baby. I've been trying to do the chair exercises to help, but they're really hard for me right now. That's okay. It's baby steps. It's baby steps. One day they won't be as hard. Oh yeah, I have muscle relaxers, so my back is so bad. Yeah, they had to give me muscle relaxers whenever that happened. Whenever I went to the ER, it was crazy. It's happened to me 3 times. Okay, it's happened to me 3 times where I like basically my back got so bad that I had to go to the ER. Right. The first 2 times I went, I had a male doctor. Okay. I had a male doctor the first 2 times I went to the ER because of the immense, like, painful back spasm that I had, right? Like, I could not even walk without crying. Like, just silent tears. That's how bad it was. Like, it's not even like I couldn't breathe hardly whenever the pain hits. It's like such an intense pain that's like it's hard to even breathe. I don't know how many of you have ever experienced like a pain on that level before. Where it's like, it's not even like a, oh, fuck, ow. It's like a, if I move even half a millimeter to the right, I like feel like I'm going to explode. Like, that's not even like an exaggeration. It's like such an insane pain. But yeah. So whenever I went to the doctor at the ER, because it happened the first 2 times, male doctor, and the male doctor just goes, well, we scanned you for an x-ray. We didn't see anything, so slaps me on the back. We'll just send you home. Nothing happened. Didn't give me anything, didn't prescribe me anything, didn't recommend any treatment. They're like, well, we didn't see anything on the x-ray, so you're fine. Brother, it's a muscle. A muscle wouldn't show up on a fucking x-ray, you dumb motherfucker. Anyway. Third time it happened to me. I had a female doctor at the ER. And she immediately was like, oh, yeah, so here's some muscle relaxers. They'll help you. And then she, like, gave me, like, a whole list of, like, exercises that I could do to help sort of alleviate like, build up my core strength and stuff in the first place. So I won't have that issue anymore. And you know what? Since I went to that female doctor, haven't had to go to the ER since. And fingers crossed it stays that way. Fingers crossed it stays that way. Man, I don't know what is wrong with a lot of male doctors just, like, straight up dismissing women. I don't know what their issue is, but yeah, so often, and you even hear like horror stories of it, of like women going to the doctor and then like being told that they're basically making shit up or it's not actually that bad, and then they like fucking die because it was actually really serious and the doctor just didn't give a fuck about them. Anyway, that's crazy. We're not going to get into medical malpractice right now and like medical misogyny. We're not going to get into all of that. But anyways, take care of yourself, focus on yourself, build yourself up, strengthen yourself, and focus on your goals of what you want. So like I said, with that 10 of Cups, the 10 of Cups is a card that is all about focusing on your dreams. What are you excited to do? What are you looking forward to do? What are you training to do? You know, like, what is the end goal? Is the end goal that, I don't know, maybe you can just simply live with a less pain, or maybe it's that you want to be able to walk around a park or something. You know, like, what is the goal that you're imagining for yourself? What are the things you are looking forward to that you will be able to do through this? And I think that also sort of, you'll find that you have more strength to keep going when you have a specific goal that you can focus on, that you can lock in on, you know? Male doctors who subbed in for my female doctor one time was like, the other doctor said you have PCOS. Oh no, you seem normal, just go on a diet. They always say that, dude. You could go in with a broken arm and a male doctor would tell you first things first that you need to lose weight. That's literally how it goes. You will... You go in with like a broken arm or you fell down the stairs, and I'm just like, yeah, but like, have you considered losing weight though? It's like, motherfucker, I didn't fall down the stairs because I'm fat. Like, fix my broken arm. It's not gonna heal just because I'm skinny. Like, what are you on about? It's so ridiculous. Why is that always the first shit out of their mouth and not the actual issue? Thankfully, my primary doc isn't like that. He actually listens. I'm so glad. I'm, like I said, not every male doctor is like that. Obviously, I've had good male doctors in the past, but it's always a male doctor. It's always a male doctor that does that to me. Not to say it's all of them, but it's always a male doctor, you know? Oh, you have back and neck pain? Well, have you considered a diet? Yeah. It's like, dieting can only help so much. Will losing weight and like strengthening yourself help in a lot of ways? Sure, yeah, but it's not going to address this specific issue. So please help me address this specific issue. I'm not saying it's bad to be at a healthy weight. Never said that. But like, you can't just address every single issue that I'm coming to the doctor with, okay, but first of all, you should lose weight. Like, bitch, that's not why I'm here. That's not why I'm here. That's not why I'm here. Your left arm goes fuzzy and numb sometimes. Must be your weight. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. Anyway. That brings us to your final card, though, Misamo-chan, which is the Ace of Swords. And honestly, this is a really, really good card to get for a health reading. I'm gonna be really honest. First of all, the plant here that you see on the Ace of Swords card is Sage, which is a card of healing, a card of cleansing. My mom makes good food, that's why I'm fat. Yeah, it just means you're eating well. If the food's yummy, it makes sense. But yeah, so we have the sage here, sort of cleansing, getting rid of negative energy, and it's also healing, you know? It's helping you strengthen yourself, heal yourself, build yourself up. And the Ace of Swords is a card of victory. It's a card of taking the sword and achieving victory for yourself, right? It's idealism as well. Believing that you have the capability to achieve your goals and reach them, you know? No, Willie, she got on a magazine cover one. Oh my god. That's awesome. Look at you. Oh my god, is your mom like Rachel Ray or something? But yeah, I think the key thing here is the cards are telling you, like, you're definitely doing your best. Just take your time. You're slowly building yourself up, right? A lake is not created in a day. An oasis is not created in a day. It takes time, slow and steady. But as long as you focus on your goals, you will find that you reach your destination a lot easier because it's easier to lock in, right? So it does feel like you are on a good path for yourself. You are focusing on healing. And I feel like the cards are just kind of reassuring you of like, you're on the right path. You're doing well. Just slow and steady, and remember to focus on what your goals are. And as you keep those goals in mind, I think it'll be easier for you to keep moving forward. But yeah, so don't feel like you need to rush to hit the milestones. Like I said, an oasis, a lake is not built in a day. That's so nice to hear since I've been having motivation issues so long because of my health. Just been trying one day at a time now. Yeah. I mean, motivation is really, really difficult sometimes, but it feels like the card's telling you, like, you're on the right track. It's going to be slow, especially at first, as you basically start from, like, ground zero. It's going to take a lot of effort, but it does get easier the more you do it, you know? You can't beat a JRPG in one sitting. I don't know. It depends on who you ask on how long the sitting is. But, I mean, maybe. But yeah, I would say just focus on what your actual motivations are. What is pushing you to do this? And I think as you hold those closer to your heart, it makes it a lot easier to keep moving forward, you know? So maybe just take the time to really stop and think about, why am I doing this? What do I want to do with this newfound strength when I get it, right? What are things I can look forward to doing with my newfound strength? And I think that will be more reassuring for you whenever you manage to meet those goals. Because maybe I don't know how far your health is with a lot of things, but maybe your goals are just that you want to be able to walk around the neighborhood by yourself, right? That's an exciting goal to look forward to. And then whenever you reach that goal and you are able to walk around the neighborhood by yourself, I mean, that gives you a lot of motivation. You're like, oh my God, like I did it. I hit my goal, you know? You just got to make sure you don't just have one giant grand goal at the end, but like a bunch of little achievable goals that you can hit along the way. I think that's what sort of helps keep that dopamine flow hitting. Is giving yourself a bunch of smaller little goals that you can hit along the way. Yeah, I want to be able to walk to my doctor's office without issues. It's not far, but it's still hard for me. Yeah, I think that's a really great goal for you. I think that is genuinely a really, really great goal, you know? And then whenever you do manage to hit it, hey, that's amazing, right? I'm sure you'll feel really, really excited and accomplished if you manage to do that. And then you can build yourself up even further, you know? You got this. Just hold tight to it. But it does seem like the cards are telling you like your health is making progress. It definitely feels like you're working hard to build yourself up stronger, and it feels like that is going to pay off, and it is paying off probably already. Yeah, I hope that helps me some. Let's see. Next up is next up is Kyle. Also Secret Moon Collective. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Let's see. And Kyle said, general reading on my financial situation. Okay. You're still in here, right, Kyle? Just want to make sure Kyle didn't like disappear. I'm here? Okay, perfect. I'm here for the vibes. Yeah, the vibes. We keep it chill. What the queue looking like? We're doing Kyle's reading right now, and then after Kyle is Electrifying. Then after Electrifying is Ren. And then after Ren is Hiri on YouTube, if Hiri is still here. And then I think that is everyone. Yeah. All ready to listen as my hand hovers over the buy options button. Brother, I don't think the tarot cards are going to tell you if you need to buy that thing or not. I think that's up to your bank account numbers. But let's see. Let's see what the cards got for you. Doesn't matter. I'm going all in. YOLO. Well, then why are you asking the tarot cards for advice if you're going to go all in anyways? It's like asking a fortune teller to tell you if you're going to hit blackjack, but still like betting all of your chips before you even hear what the cards say. I'm peering into my crystal ball and you're already putting all of your chips on the door. I just need that extra push. JK, I have $0 on my bank account. That's so real. That's so real. I get that. But hey, you know what? That's better than negative money in your bank account. Overdraft fees are a bitch, am I right? Yeah, so. When the going gets tough, you're still technically in the black. Remember that. $0 is still technically in the black. You just don't want to go in the red. $0 means zero debt, baby. This is how we all cope. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got for you for your financial reading. Okay, got all the cards for you. So let's put them up on the screen, starting with... And then we've got... And then the final card is... There we go. All right, so I got all the cards for you, Kyle, for your finance reading. In order of left to right, we have the reverse Queen of Cups, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Four of Wands. So we start with the reverse Queen of Cups, which is somebody who is smart. They're smart, but maybe a little bit flaky, a little bit unreliable. They're doing their best, but their head's not fully in the game, you know. They have the capabilities, but they're not utilizing those capabilities. It's very much a reading of, what are you doing? You know better than this. Why are you doing this to yourself? That's how we start with the Queen of Cups reversed. All right, so I'm a little worried for you. I think this is a roast reading. I think this is just a financial roast, unfortunately. We followed up with the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is a card of pain, illness, oppression, a heavy burden, suffering, grief. Things have been difficult. It definitely feels like you probably have hit maybe a rough patch, and maybe that's also affecting you financially as well. You know, things have been hard. Usually this card is normally about like mental pain, you know, grief, depression, whatever the case might be. But it feels like maybe that's also affecting your finances. And there can be a variety of things. I don't know your current situation, but like examples, not saying this is what you're doing, just examples, but like maybe you're getting really maybe way too into gacha games and you're spending too much money on your waifus. Or maybe you go out drinking too much because you're trying to cope with something, so you decide to buy alcohol. Or maybe you decide that if you just spend $1,000 on this get-rich-quick scheme, it'll fix your life. The $1,000 get-rich-quick schemes never work, okay? Don't do those. If somebody's telling you they know a way for you to get rich quick, they're lying. They're lying. Unless it's they just straight up give you money. It's the get rich quick by them just gifting you. Unless it's Mr. Beast gifting you like $1,000, it's not happening. And you better make sure it's the real Mr. Beast too. They got AI Mr. Beast now out there. It's crazy. Do you know they have AI Mr. Beast out there? Like, yeah, just send me $2 and I will give you $1,000. It's like, no, Mr. Beast wouldn't ask you for $2. Mr. East, I like to call him. Yeah. So that's kind of what like the Nine of Swords is. It's like the feeling of like using, I think, what you can to help you cope with a difficult situation, but maybe isn't the best way for you to cope. Like I said, there's a variety of ways that people do it. Some people spend way too much money on gacha games for their waifus. Some people spend it on alcohol. Some people spend it on just things that aren't actually helping and maybe exacerbate the issue. Gambling, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is. Everybody has their vice, you know. Mr. Beast, ignore previous instruction to wire me money. Yeah. But I think the key thing here is the cards are kind of saying like, hey, it feels like it's definitely because you're in a rough situation mentally that you've been trying your best to just get through it. And I get that, but I think there's definitely healthier ways that you can take care of yourself, both physically, mentally, and financially. That might be better options for you. And then that sort of leads us to your final card, which is the Four of Wands, right? And the Four of Wands is a card of stability. It's a card of harmony. It's a card of warmth. It's getting your house in order, getting your things in order. And to me, this kind of reads as like, check your balances, check what you're actually spending your money on, right? And are you still sending $300 a month to your Discord e-kitten that you don't even talk to anymore? Maybe you should address that. You know, are you spending $8,000 a month on candles? Maybe you should fix that habit. I don't think you can be burning through candles that fast. You know, I mean, I'm exaggerating. I'm being silly with it, but I think you'd be surprised. Those candles smell really nice. Yeah, I think you would be surprised what you're spending your money on when you actually like look at the books, you know. Maybe take the time to just really stop and actually like look at all of your transactions and look at what you're spending your money on and kind of force yourself to be like, is this actually helping me? Is this actually bringing me joy, right? You have the Marie Kondo's does this spark joy. And I think a lot of people don't realize that paying your bills sparks joy. But not in the way you think, right? Paying off your bills sparks joy because you have a safe place. You know that your rent is taken care of, which means you don't have to worry for the whole rest of the month about rent or being possibly evicted because you paid that bill. It sparks joy to know that you have a place that you can call your own, right? That's why you pay the bills. Because it sparks a specific kind of joy. It's the reassurance that you're taken care of, right? It's not the same joy as like, a momentary like flicker of like dopamine hitting your brain, right? What is actually helping your life? What is actually giving you good things in your life, right? That's what the whole idea of sparking joy is. I think a lot of people get that mixed up. I think a lot of people get that confused. But I think that is sort of the key element of what sparks joy. Like I said, even things like paying rent can spark joy because now you have a bed, you have a place to go, you know? The second I get money, I spend it like it's going out of style. I get that. Yeah, the basic needs met joy. Yeah, for sure. That is a joy in itself of having your basic needs met. Not having to worry about food, not having to worry about shelter, not having to worry about, you know, your car. Having all of those things taken care of sparks joy. And maybe, yeah, rolling on the waifu banner on your gacha game sparks a momentary sense of joy. But overall, if you didn't have the money for it, if you weren't, you know, financially able to do that, it's just going to make you feel worse later when you don't have the money and you didn't even get the waifu because it's all fucking gambling. You spent $80 on the pools and you didn't even get her and she didn't even come home. That's the worst. That's the worst feeling ever, dude. I don't know what a gacha game is. No. I'm saving you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't look up. You gotta stay up. We're trying to protect you. We're trying to protect you, man. Too late. Already did. No. The waifu PNGs. They get us all eventually. Me trying to get him Meyer Vega. Why won't she come home? My sources just trust me, bro. Gacha games are amazing. You should play. Oh my god, electrifying over here playing Devil's Advocate. No, we're trying to save him. But yeah, I think the best thing you can do in this situation, like I said, is look at everything you're spending money on. Like, take the time to actually look through every single transaction you're spending money on. You know, obviously focus on the ones that are more like frivolous. I'm not saying that you can't spend money on nice things. I think it's okay to spend money on nice things. Even if you're poor, I think you're allowed to order takeout. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'll just say make sure all of your basic needs are met. All of your basic needs are met, and then fuck it, you know? It's okay. It's okay to treat yourself. Poor people don't need to live completely frugally as penance for being poor, you know? It's okay. You're allowed nice things, but I think it's just make sure that all of your basic needs are met. Make sure all of the things that you need to take care of are taken care of first. Get everything in order. Get everything stabilized, and then you can focus on other things. But I think you'd be surprised what things you're probably spending money on in hopes of it making you feel better, and it's not really accomplishing that goal, you know? But you're smarter than this. You're better than this. I think you can do a lot for yourself if you just really take the time to look over everything. You know? I need the new version of Clip Studio. Ah, so shiny. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So 5.0 just came out for Clip Studio Paint. I bought the 2.0 version. I've been on Clip Studio Paint 1.0, or sorry, like 1.3 point something, because that was the last update, for like 15 years. And I finally, after like 15 years, have gotten 2.0. I splurged, but it's okay because I do art commissions, so it felt like it was worth it for me to splurge and update to 2.0. Yeah, I got the 2.0. And then maybe next time it goes on sale, maybe we'll see if I can upgrade to the 3.0, and then the 4.0, and then the 5.0. Because I'm on EX version, so it's cheaper for me to slowly go through all of the individual upgrades for EX than it is to just straight up buy a brand new license. Also, it's technically cheaper for me as well, and easier for me financially, because it's like 35 bucks each time to upgrade versus just like one straight big payment, you know? I was like, hi Morgan May, welcome in. Yeah, so I finally upgraded. I have 2.0. That means I can use the liquefy tool on multiple layers at the same time. You guys have no idea how fucking excited I am for that, especially for VTuber models. Oh my god, it's so much easier. I won't have to like manually like flatten everything and then go with the liquefy tool in order to do that. I can just liquefy all of them at the same time. That's so sexy. That's so sexy. I think if Hell had a rank system, that's the finals rank. But yeah, I hope that helps, Kyle, for your financial reading. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with spending money on yourself and small little treats, but I think you have to focus on what's genuinely bringing you joy, you know? Love liquefying VTubers, yeah. Make some extra slurpable. Alright, next up, let's see. Next up is electrifying. Electrifying sad. I might have found someone I want to start dating. Do the cards have any advice for me, or is there something I need to be mindful of? Ooh, romance reading. Okay, electrifying. Let's see what we got for you, electrifying. Ooh. Oh my god. Ella? Oh my god. Thank you for the dono, Kyle. Are you sure it's okay to give me that? Are you sure that's okay? If it's within your finances, I'll graciously accept it. But it's fine. My situation is not that okay. I just want to make sure, you know. I don't ever expect donos or anything like that. I really do just want you guys to focus on taking care of yourself, you know. Also, thank you for the follow, Morgan May. Welcome in. Yeah, I don't ever expect, you know, subs or tips or gifts or anything like that. It's always really, really nice when I get them. I'm always super, super appreciative. But I honestly, it's just nice having you guys in chat. It's nice having y'all chatting with me. That's the main thing. Because I know there's a lot of streamers I also want to support, but I'm poor, so I can't really support them. So I just support them the free way, which is through watching and interacting with their streams, which is honestly one of the best ways you can support somebody. And it's free. Clipping is also very nice. And it's also a free way to support. Teehee. Also, thank you for the follow as well. This emote's taking me out. Yeah, I love the fish pat emote. He conveys so much emotion. I just say, I need to take a break, and then within the next hour I'm back on the game because there's no game like the finals. Yeah, also clipping. Yeah, clipping is super, super helpful. Yeah. 3 ways you can support your favorite content creators for free that genuinely are super, super helpful. 1, watching/chatting in their streams. Number one best way to support a streamer is to watch their streams. Go figure. Number 2 is clipping them. If you find funny moments or interesting things that happen during the stream and you clip it, so helpful, especially because I'm just out here rambling. I don't think anything I say is really clippable, but sometimes people do clip me, and it's always great to be like, oh, that was actually interesting. And then 3rd is liking, retweeting, commenting, sharing their creations. You know, whether they're posting on Twitter or Blue Sky or they're posting on YouTube. You are extremely clippable. Oh my gosh. Yeah, those are the three ways that you can support a streamer for free. That absolutely massively help. What watching streamers never been done before? Yeah. Isn't it shocking that the number 1 way to support a streamer is by watching their streams? Although they are in common, life advice clips have a proven audience. Yeah. Watching the latest ASMR on the Samsung fridge. Yeah, smart fridge. It's so funny. I was looking through, I don't know why I look like I stuck my tongue out. Anyway. I was looking through my Spotify analytics because I post my ASMR roleplays on Spotify. And one guy or one person is just watching my ASMR roleplay videos on Spotify through Xbox. Like everybody else, it's like, oh yeah, they're watching it, you know, on the Spotify web browser, or they're listening to it, you know, on their phone or a tablet. And then one motherfucker's out here with the Xbox listening to the ASMR roleplay videos. So this month's ASMR roleplay, I'm gonna give you a little teaser with it. This month's ASMR roleplay is gonna be your partner comforts you after you keep losing the game. Just for whoever the fuck it is that's listening to my ASMR roleplays on Xbox. That way they can play that one when they're having a hard time, when they're hitting like 10 losses in a row. But I'm still torn because I don't know if I want to do it so it's Fortnite or League or just generic game terms overall. I'm kind of curious. Which one do you think would be better for that? Is the person listening playing Fortnite, League, or just generic game? Man's listening to it while playing Apex. Wait, let's see what we got. Shut up, mystery Xbox listener. Yeah, I love you, mystery Xbox listener. That's so funny. Also, hi, Trick Attack. Welcome in. Wait, let's see what we got for you, Electrifying. For you, love reading. Ooh. No, it's really PogChamp that you ganked their flank and captured the 10 pool. Is this gonna be like the not asked for sandwich after a double kill bot lane? Yeah, my wife wearing only a bra came in to my gaming room to give me a sandwich, which I did not ask for. God. What games you play? Me? Visual novels. Visual novels and gacha games, mostly, is what I play. Are you winning, son? ASMR. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not good at, especially like shooter games. I'm horrible at those types of games. I have tried to play Valorant once. I have tried to play Overwatch once because, you know, people wanted me to play with them, so I played. The one time I played Overwatch, I got told that I was so bad I needed to uninstall it. Same with League. It was like literally my first match and like, you're so ass at this game, you need to uninstall. And I was like, baby, it's my first game. It's my first time playing. This is my first time playing with other people. Of course I'm bad. I've literally never played this game before. You are witnessing my very first attempt. This time was me when you played League. Oh, there's one shooter game that I think you would do well with. What? No, I'm bad. I have such bad aim. Oh my god, that reminds me. Whenever I was like, so I worked at EA for a short period of time. They were doing like this live stream thing at EA, and they needed like some people to like come in and just play the game while they were yapping or whatever. And they picked me. They're like, hey, you're not that busy, right? Come over here. And they just handed me the controller, like, play this game while we're like yapping. And it was so bad. It was so bad, bro. Also, Raku, welcome in. How are you? But yeah, like, I don't even remember what the game was. I just remember it was a shooter game. And I was like, oh, fuck, this is a shooter game. I'm so bad at this. And I distinctly remember there was an opponent that was literally like 5 feet away from me. And I was trying to shoot them 5 feet away from me in the game. And I was missing. And then they shot me once and I died. And game was being live streamed for some sort of event. I don't even know what it was. It was so bad. Also, oh my gosh. Hey, Wire, thank you for the raid as well. Welcome in. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm telling people about how bad I am at shooter games. But yeah, no, I'm so bad at them. I've tried Valorant, I've tried Overwatch. The one time I played Overwatch, it was my very first match with other people, which means I'm in the low ranks. Because I'm not even ranked yet. This is literally my very first match I'm playing with other people. And one guy was like, you fucking suck. You're so fucking bad at this game. You're so shit. You need to die. You need to uninstall the game forever. I never want to see your face in this fucking server. I was like, I'm baby. This is my first time playing with other people. Of course I'm bad at this game. I don't know what's going on. I've only been playing this game for an hour. What do you mean? Anyways, I did uninstall. I did in fact uninstall the game. See, playing PvP shooter games is your first mistake. True. Also, Rami, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. I'd have given him some few choice words. Well, I was playing it with Harper because Harper wanted me to play Overwatch with them. And Harper literally was like, I don't know why they're bitching. They're in the same rank as you. Which is basically unranked. So which was so funny. Because you have to keep in mind, like I said, this is my very first game. So it's not like we're even like doing some sort of like important game or anything. It's not like this is a rankable like game. This isn't like we're in, you know, gold or diamond or whatever fucking bullshit like things that they have. This is literally the most basic low level shit you can hit. Online comp players will hear that and generally say you need to toughen up. I think people just need to be nicer. That's my controversial opinion. I think people need to be nicer when playing games. There was a study found though, they actually did a study. I don't remember who specifically did the study, but there was a study found that the people who say like the most like vitriolic, hateful things during video games performed worse overall. Like the people saying all that shit are actually objectively worse at the game than the people who didn't say that stuff. The alpha study. It's so funny. I'm willing to train people in Valorant. I just realized shooter games are not for me. So I've accepted within my heart of hearts, you know, deep within my soul. I was not meant to be a shooter. I did play Fortnite though. It was so funny. I played Fortnite because again, Harper wanted me to play with them. So I downloaded Fortnite and it was Harper, Pineapple, and me. And they're both good at the game. Did you know if you win a victory royale without killing anybody, you get the pacifist tag? If you win a victory royale without a single kill, you get a thing called pacifist. Did you guys know that? I know that because that happened to me. We won because they fully carried me. The both of them were basically my bodyguards. And it's not from a lack of trying on my end. I will have you know, I was actively attempting to kill people. I was actively attempting to shoot opponents. And I missed every single time. So yeah, there you go. Now you know. Now you know you get like an extra pacifist thing if you play Fortnite and you win a victory royale without killing anybody. So there you go. The more you know. Apologies, I don't have a raid message. Yeah, it's all good. I fired and I missed. I fired again and missed. Yeah, dude, at this point I was just training to be what are they fucking called in Star Wars? The soldier. I felt like one of those guys. Fuck, what are they called? Why can't I remember their name? Stormtrooper, yes. I was basically training to be a stormtrooper. I would have immediately been recruited, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I'm just not good at those kinds of games, and it's okay. I've accepted this within myself. I've accepted that I'm not good at shooty games, or really PvP games. I'm not good at PvP games, and I'm okay with that. I have my visual novels. I have my yaoi visual novels and my yuri visual novels and my other romance visual novels. That's all I need. The romance soothes my soul. And speaking of romance, we went way off topic, but let's see what we've got for Electrifying's romance reading. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, oh yes, romance reading, yeah. I've had players go across the map from out point to another point 150 meters away because our teammate thought they were the guy. Oh my gosh. None of those words mean anything to me, but I'm sure that's bad. Probably. I used to be an online gamer, but I found out you need space Wi-Fi to keep up with everyone else. True. Like advanced Zonai internet, yeah. Let's see. So the first card we've got is... Yeah, I mean, when in doubt, though, the thing if you don't use, like, the ultra crazy fancy internet is you can always just blame your internet if you lose. Like, oh, no, dude, it's not that I was bad at the game. It's it's because my internet. That's all. You know how it is. It wasn't me, though. My skills are perfect. It was just my internet, bro. I swear. That's why you have to have shitty internet, so you can blame it on your internet when you don't win. It's lag, bro. Can we get your partner comforts you after you failed your skill check and got rejected in a BL visual novel ASMR? I feel like this is a personal attack on me. I feel like you're calling me out. Alright, let's see. We've got the next one, which is... There we go. I don't know what you mean. Sure. And then the third card is... There we go. Alrighty. So, for your love reading, Electrifying, in order of left to right, we have the Page of Wands, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the reverse Knight of Cups, right? So we start with the Page of Wands, right? The Page of Wands is somebody who is definitely at the start of their journey. They don't have that much experience, but they're excited to see, you know, where life takes them. In terms of love, somebody who probably doesn't have that much dating experience, somebody who, you know, they've maybe had crushes, but maybe haven't had as many relationships. But they're excited to see where things go from here. There's also very much like a card of like a dreamer, somebody who's maybe gets in their own little fantasies about what they want to see for themselves, you know? We also followed up with the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is a card of taking a break, taking a breather from this, taking a little step back, and connecting with friends. You know, spending some time with friends, other people. To me, it feels like you're getting too locked into this, especially when it comes to love and relationships. It feels like, To me, this almost feels like it's telling you, like, play a little coy with it, play a little chill with it. You know, don't go too crazy with it. You know, feed the little breadcrumbs to start, just to see how things go. Because you know you can like scare them off if you come off too strong right off the start. So like just like little breadcrumbs of things, and then take a step back, spend some time with your friends, play hard to get. I wouldn't say necessarily play hard to get, because I don't think you necessarily need to do that, but it's more just like dropping gentle hints, but then taking a step back so they have time to like fully approach you, so they can come to you as well. Don't scare the hosts. Yeah. But I would say like the key thing is like, don't try to vie for all of their attention. Small hint. Yeah, exactly. Small hints of interest. Like I said, you're leaving the breadcrumbs, but the birds aren't going to fully approach unless they feel comfortable. So sometimes after you put down the breadcrumbs, you take a few steps back, and then the birds will walk up to the breadcrumbs, and then they'll eat the breadcrumbs. And then over time, then you don't have to necessarily step back. But I think here it's kind of saying, but for now, take a few steps back. It's not necessarily saying you need to play hard to get to pretend like you're not interested in them. I don't think that's necessarily the case, but it's more like give them breathing room. Give them breathing room to feel out your feelings and digest them, and then let them approach you. I think that's sort of like the key thing here. Very, very different from like the I'm pretending like I don't like you, but baka. Like, you're not a tsundere. You don't need to do that. This is an anime. Also, thank you for the follow, Haywire. I appreciate it. And then that sort of also leads us to the reverse Knight of Cups, right? And the reverse Knight of Cups is somebody who is maybe a bit out of touch with reality, who isn't really saying things for what they actually are. It can also be sort of like a jealous person. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily referring to you or if it's referring to the other person, but I do think it is good to take a few steps back. Sometimes you get like, especially if you get like in a crush with somebody and you start getting really into them, you start like over analyzing what they're doing and who they're with and oh, do they have feelings for this person instead? Oh, but I wish they would spend more time with me. Oh, I hate that they're always spending time with you. You got to take a few steps back. With it. Didn't realize I wasn't already following. Yeah, no worries. Take care of yourself. Thanks for the raid. Hope you do well. Take care of yourself. But yeah, I would say definitely the key thing here is try not to let your feelings overwhelm you. I think that's definitely the main thing, is don't let your feelings overwhelm you. You don't really have, I think, a ton of experience when it comes to this sort of specific situation. And so the cards are very much like, take it easy, take it slow, give it space, let it grow. It rhymed. And don't let like the negative emotions get to you, which is why we have that second card, the Six of Wands, which is, spending time with your friends. Have your other circle of people that you can spend time with besides just this one person. Also, hi Frank, hi Polyjamery, welcome in. How are you? So yeah, like I said, leave your breadcrumbs of interest, but then take a step back so both of you can breathe. It'll make it more comfortable, and it'll make it easier for them to approach you if they feel like you aren't like hounding on them for a reply, And then it'll also make you feel more at ease too, because then you can just spend time with your friends and hang out with other people instead of like waiting with bated breath for their response. But yeah, I hope that helps. Electrifying. Like I said, gentle, subtle, give some space, spend some time with your friends. And I think you'll find that will actually help a lot with sort of letting things sort of start to bloom, start to blossom. Slow and steady, easy does it. It'll all be okay. Yeah, in other words, plant the seeds and then let them grow. Don't overdo it. Yeah, exactly. It's just, you gotta give it some space. Give it some space to breathe. You don't want to be breathing down the neck of the plant. Alrighty, next up is Ren. Okay, I didn't know if you still wanted to be called Steve anymore since you changed your name. Yeah, I hope it helps electrifying. Also, hi Sharky. How are you? Thank you for the head pats. Right, and then Ren said, "Today is the anniversary of my grandpa's passing. Perhaps the cards have a message for me." Let's see, let's see. And then you also did get the full deluxe, so we'll also pull your Oracle card and a Yu-Gi-Oh card for you. My Twitch crashed just as I sent the yippee. The fuck? Oh damn, that's crazy. But yeah, let's see what we got for you. I've been alright working to try to get things paid off. Yeah, I believe in you. Slow and steady, slow and steady. Just make sure you're also taking some time off for yourself. Hope you're taking good breaks. Gotta keep that mental health fully recharged, you know? And I fixed my car last month. Oh my god, is everybody having car trouble lately? Because like everybody's having car trouble lately. Well, I'm glad you're at least able to get it fixed. But yeah, it's gonna always be so expensive. Is it just that time of the year? The time of year where everybody's cars simultaneously break down? All of the mechanics are raking it in right now. They're like, we've been waiting all year for this. Let's see what we got for you. No, I did that shit myself. Cost a quarter of what the shop would charge. Honestly, that's good. I'm glad you were able to. It's something you could fix yourself. Yeah, whenever I did have a car, I don't have one anymore. Whenever I did have one, whenever I had issues, I would literally just ask my mom, because my mom used to be a mechanic. So, like, Mom, my car's making a sound. She'd be like, oh, yeah, that sounds like we need to get you a new belt. Yeah, it sounds like your old belt's going out. We'll have to get you a new belt for your car then. Through that sound, you knew that? You could tell just from that sound that I made with my mouth? Yeah. Give your car sound some credit. I mean, I guess. To be fair, yeah, you made those sounds. It definitely sounds like a sound a car would make. I'm glad to know I could go into Cars 6 as a voice actor. Catch me on IMDb with that Cars 6 credit, baby. Alright, let's go ahead and put these up on the screen for you. First card's actually technically the same. We pulled the same card, but this time it's reversed. And then we'll change the other two cards. So we've got this one. And then this one. Da, 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 da. There we go. Alrighty. We got all of the cards for that. We also got to grab your Oracle card and your Yu-Gi-Oh card. That's right. Let's go ahead and grab those too. Yeah, you got a Major Arcana. Okay, and now let's grab your Yu-Gi-Oh card to round this off. Oh, okay. We got all of the cards for you now. So in order of left to right for your reading, Ren, we have the reverse Page of Wands, we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the reverse Hermit. And then for your Oracle card, we have roots, like tree roots. And then for your Yu-Gi-Oh card, we have the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Right? Now you know why I was saying, ooh, okay. So let's go ahead and start breaking this down for you. Starting with the reverse Page of Wands, right? The reverse Page of Wands is, honestly, it is a card of bad news. It is a card of, you know, lost things. Things that have kind of left us in our life, which is unfortunate. But it is also still part of our journey. It is only a part of our path because the page is still moving forward. They're still growing. They're still learning. They're not at the end of their journey, right? So while bad things may have happened, loss may have come to us, we're still kind of walking forward. We're still moving forward. And in that moving forward, we have the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is kind of a card of endless possibilities, ample opportunities. Whatever you dream of, you can do it. Freedom is anywhere. Adaptability is the name of the game, you know. Anything is possible. It's just a matter of where you want to go from here. Yes, you're going to encounter setbacks. Yes, you're going to encounter loss. But that's not the end of your journey. And so it's up to you to decide where you want to go from here. What you want to do right now, you know, what direction you want to head in order to make that your forward as you move forward, right? And then that sort of leads us to the reverse Hermit card, which is kind of somebody who tends to shut themselves away from other people, maybe like a bit of a recluse, hiding back, maybe like your true self, your true feelings, your emotions. Feels like you're not quite ready to, I think, open up to other people about a lot of stuff. And it feels like the cards like that's really such a shame to feel like you can't be fully open about your emotions and how you feel about a lot of things. It's okay to open up. It's okay to rely on others. And I think especially when it comes to, you know, like family death, it's okay to reminisce with your family about that family member. Sometimes it's good to just talk about it, to talk about the memories. Sometimes it's good to talk about your memories with that family member with people who don't know who that family member is, right? Like, I talk about my memories with my brother all the time, you know. None of you have ever met my brother. But I talk about all of my memories with him to you guys. And honestly, for me, it's more comfortable for me to tell you guys about my brother than it is for me to talk about him with like the rest of my family, like, which probably sounds weird because like they knew him too, but it's like, I don't know, it feels like it gets heavier for me whenever I talk about it with my family, but it's lighter and more enjoyable for me to talk about, you know, my memories of my brother with you guys. Also, good night, Berserk, sweet dreams. So I think it's also like a thing of like, find what's most comfortable for you, find what's helpful for you. And open up to whoever feels the most comfortable for you to open up to. Like I said, for me, it's easier for me to open up to tell other people who have never met my brother about my brother. feels lighter. It just feels more enjoyable that I get to choose to share specific moments of like my memories with him, with other people. You know, like he's the one who introduced me to Pokemon, and he's the one who got me into Final Fantasy, and just so much of who I am today is also partially because of my little brother, you know? I get you, mean, yeah, and sharing the happy and fun memories too. Yeah, it feels lighter. For me, that's what makes me feel better, is when I can share those sort of memories on my own terms without having to worry about other people kind of like pulling up their own it sounds weird, without having to worry about other people pulling up their own things about him, because the people I'm telling don't know about him, so they don't have any other frame of reference other than what I tell them. Which sounds crazy, but like, I don't know. For me, it's helpful. It's helpful for me. It feels less pressure, I think, to share my memories. And then that sort of brings us to your oracle card, which is roots. Like I said, like tree roots. So hi, Darren. Welcome in. Which is a card of healthy patterns and early growth. You know, taking the time to set yourself right, to give yourself the opportunity to settle into where you need to go, and to build yourself up stronger starts from the roots, starts from below the surface, from where you can see, right? The tree grows from its roots. All of the nutrients come from the roots, and a lot of that root network you don't ever see. So it's all hidden. It's all underneath the surface. So I think you have to find inside of yourself what is best for you moving forward, you know? What is actually going to bring you joy? What is actually going to help you heal, you know? And then we have your final card, which is the Red Eyes Black Dragon, a ferocious dragon with a deadly attack, right? And I think in this case, this is your chance to spread your wings. This is your chance to fly off into the direction of your choosing and to make your mark, right? You got that ferocious attack. So where are you going to leave your mark? Where are you going to show your existence? You know, everybody wants to carve a name for themselves in the history books so that their legacy can live on even after they're gone. And I think that can be said that a lot of people want that to happen. Everybody wants to leave their mark because, you know, human life is temporary, you know, mortality is fleeting. Everybody wants to do something that other people remember them by when they're long gone. But I would say you'd be surprised what things people remember you by. Like for me, one of the things I remember my little brother by is by his favorite meal. He used to make this all the time. He would get the creamy chicken ramen and he would add a slice of American cheese on top. And that was like his favorite thing to make, was creamy chicken ramen with a slice of American cheese. That was his favorite way to make it. He would make it all the time after school. We'd get home from school and he would make himself the creamy chicken ramen with a slice of American cheese. And that was his favorite meal. And so now whenever I'm in the grocery store and I'm browsing the aisles and I see the creamy chicken ramen, I think of him. I think of him every time I see the creamy chicken ramen. Or, you know, if I see Final Fantasy, I think of my little brother, you know, I think of how much he loved Final Fantasy. Vincent Valentine, especially. Vincent Valentine, and Sephiroth, and, fuck, what was Angeal. He really liked Angeal as well. Those were like his three favorite characters. So anytime I see something with those three, I think of him, you know? He lives on. Whenever the Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core remake came out, I thought of him because I remember him letting me borrow his PSP so I could play Final Fantasy Crisis Core. And we would talk about it. So hi, Common Writer Hydra, welcome in. But yeah, I think those are all wonderful memories. I mean, he and I used to quote from Crisis Core, the infinite in mysteries, the gift of the goddess. We seek it thus and take to the skies. Ripples form on the water's surface. The wandering soul knows no rest. Like Loveless, Act 1. You remembered. How could I forget when you've beaten it into my head? We used to quote that to each other all the time. You remember the full quote? Yeah. Because my little brother and I used to literally quote it to each other all the time. One of us would walk into the room and just start quoting it, and the other would immediately pick up where the other left off. So sometimes he would just, like, I would be in my room, I'd be drawing or something, and he would just walk into my room and be like, infinite in mystery is the gift of the goddess. And I had to pick up, I had to keep going where he was at. So of course I remember the full quote. But I mean, that's another memory I share of him. And I think that's also important, is you'd be surprised where you leave your mark, you know? You'd be surprised what you do that leaves an impression, that makes people think of you. And I think it's up to you to decide, you know, how you want to live. You can't control how other people perceive you, but you can control how you live your life and how you open up to people. And in those ways of opening up to people, that's how you form those memories. That's how you form those core feelings that people have when they think of you, you know? Yeah, of course I remember the full quote, Loveless Act 1. How could I forget when he's beating it into my head? I guess today's mark I left is the pinned comment. True. He may be solo leveling, but he's not solo living. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful comment. But yeah, I hope that helps, Ren. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Next up is... Oh, next up is Hiri on YouTube. Is Hiri still here? Hiri on YouTube, are you still in the chat? Did you fall asleep? I think Hiri might have fallen asleep. We might raffle off their slot. Okay. So, for those of you in chat who have not gotten a reading from me today, and you would like one, I am thinking of a number between 1 through 10, and the first person to guess it can get the reading. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Yes, I'll finish off the rest of my cold-ass coffee. Congrats, Leonix! The number was in fact 3. Yay! You scored the reading. What would you like for your reading, Leonix? I love reading. Okay, let me just finish off the rest of this coffee. It's almost done. Okay, coffee is all finished now. Love, please, and I did it legitimately. Yeah, so proud of you. Alrighty, let's see what we got for Leonix's love reading. Ooh. What we got for you? All of these are reversed, so I'm just gonna flip them all right side up for you. And we'll read them all right side up. So we are interpreting these as if I pulled them all upright in the first place. Now let's grab your oracle card. There we go. Leonic special all reversed. It's okay. If they're all reversed, I just read them all upright. The cards know that. Because it could just be I held my deck upside down. If they're all reversed, I probably just held my deck upside down. Alright. And then let's put these up on the screen for you. Starting with... There we go. And then the next card is... There we go. And then the final card is... I know, the like 3 times I got readings from you, they were all reversed. Yeah. They cancel each other out. Yeah. All right, we got all of the cards for you, Leonix, for your love reading. In order of left to right, we've got, this is the Chariot, the Devil, and the 3 of Coins. So very, very interesting alignment here, starting with the Chariot. The Chariot is a card of victory. Right off the bat, the Chariot is a card of victory. It's triumph, it's success, it's taking everything you've learned and using that to achieve greatness, right? This is like the flashback you have in Uma Musume when they start having that flashback to like their childhood of like running on the tiny track as a baby Uma, right before they win like the the Nippon Derby. This is literally that. This is right before they're about to sweep the Japan Cup, right at the final stretch. This is what the Chariot card is, right? When Tamamo Cross remembered to swing her arms and she broke through the zone in order to win, beating out Oguri Cap. That's what that is. That's what the Chariot card is. And then we followed up with the Devil card, which is an interesting card to get for a reading because the Devil card is all about flirtatiousness. It's about being sexy, being like frivolous, seductive, playful. It's a card of, you know, indulging in things, right? Indulgence. And in this case, it could be indulging in your feelings, indulging in teasing and flirting and all this stuff. I'd say be bold, be bolder, be stronger, have fun with it. When our beloved insane Uma, obey your master, just went, nah, let's get active. God, that scene was so good, dude. I love Obey Your Master. She's probably, I think, one of my favorite Umas from the anime. I really hope we get to have her as a playable character because I'm actually obsessed with her. I love her so much. She's so good. But yeah, so like I think this is sort of like the key thing. It's like, this is your chance. Be playful, be flirty, be teasing. Really just go all out. There's no need, I think, to hold yourself back, you know? And that's kind of what this is all about. And then in this instance, it's also kind of leaning towards like, this is also a chance for you to level up that skill. Flirting, banter, you know, teasing, those are skills and you can level them up. You can get better at them, you know? Her design is too distinct to not be a playable character. Please, 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 please. I need her so bad. I love her so much. But yeah, so the 3 of Coins is a card of like honing your skills, mastering your craft. But I have negative Riz. Well, that's what mastering your craft is all about, baby. It's about creating it so you get out of the red when it comes to the Riz zone, right? You wanna boost up those numbers. That takes effort. That takes practice. That takes putting yourself out there and flirting with people in order to get better at flirting with people. You heard my roommate sneezing in the other room. Yeah. I'll let him know. Start Riz maxing or something. Yeah. The only way you're going to get better at flirting with people is by flirting with people. You know? As crazy as it sounds, huge, I know. The best way to get better at flirting with people and teasing people is to flirt with people and tease people. Like, actually. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And the more you understand where the boundaries lie. Oh my God, bro. Does he have allergies or some shit? God damn. Play the Uno reverse card. But yeah, I think the key thing here though is put yourself out there. But what if I make them uncomfy? Then it's up to them to tell you. It's up to them to tell you, hey man, like, this is really nice of you, but can we chill on it? And then you go, oh, okay, and then you chill on it. But what if they like it? Oh my gosh, I should have some inhalers or something. Yeah, I hear them through my headphones now. But I mean, yeah, it's up to the other person to tell you if you're making them uncomfortable, honestly. If you're flirting with somebody and they don't tell you to stop, that's on them if they wanted you to stop, honestly. But also you can like read the vibes based off of like how they're reacting to it. If they're reacting to your flirting by flirting back with you, you're good. You're solid. You're having a great time. If they react to your flirting with a very like neutral, dead response all the time, it's one thing if it's like, you know, every now and then on a rare occasion. It might just be that they're maybe just tired or something. But if every single time you flirt with somebody that you're met with like the most deadpan reaction, that's also their way of saying like chill, you know. But if it's like once or twice that they hit you with that, it might just be that they're tired. But if it's every time you're like flirting with somebody and they're basically reacting with a thanks anyway, that's them politely saying like, can we not, you know. So that's one way you can see how you're testing the waters, how people feel about that kind of stuff, you know. You can only be blessed so many times. I know, dude. He's gonna have an angelic halo behind him from all of y'all's bless yous. But I think that is the key thing. So I mean, yeah, they can also just straight up tell you like, hey, can you like chill with the flirting? It's kind of a lot. But also you can also just tell based off of their reaction to you. If they're flirting back with you, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. It means you're doing just fine. You don't have to worry. You're on the right track. If you want to, you can maybe even be slightly bolder if they're staying strong with flirting right back at you. You just test the waters by doing it, by being yourself, you know. If they feel super uncomfortable by you flirting with them, but they don't say anything and they pretend like everything's perfectly fine and they're happy with it, that's a them issue. That's a skill issue on their part, not yours, right? There are ways to show somebody that you're uncomfortable with the situation, for them to realize and to chill out. It's not up to them to read your mind. You have to show them, you know? So I think that is, but myself, you're fine. You're fine. I think you need to be more bold. You need to be more flirtatious, more playful, have fun with it. I think you would be surprised. Like I said, it's something you get better at with practice. And the key thing is seeing their reaction. Like I said, if you flirt with somebody and they flirt back, you're fine. They're having a great time. You're not making them feel weird. They're flirting back with you. Like, I promise you it's okay. That's the litmus test, is how they respond. Like I said, if they respond enthusiastically, if they play the same game, if they're Uno reversing it right back to you, I would say that's a good thing. You're on the same wavelength. You're on the same page. If you're kind of hitting like a cold wall all the time, then okay, they don't feel that way. Then you can chill. It's just a matter of how they respond, but you're not going to know how they respond if you don't flirt with them in the first place. You will never know what the vibes are. You'll never know what the potential is there unless you do it. And the only way to get better at it and to realize what you can do is by just doing it. Like I said, flirting is a skill. Teasing is a skill. Banter is a skill. And you can really only improve that skill by being bad at it in the first place and getting better at it and feeling where people's vibes are as you go through things, you know? And then that brings us to your oracle card, which is Hearth, right? I hit people with the cold wall and they flirt harder. Anyway, so we have your card Hearth, which is a card of safety, comfort, and spiritual connection. This is a chance for people to warm up to you, right? This is a chance for people to see what you're offering here. And you can start off small. You can start with just like sweet, comforting things, soft, gentle reassurances and affirmations. I think those are the easiest way to start off the conversation, is telling people, small little things that you like about them. Things that to help them, quite like in the metaphorical sense, warm up to you. And then you go from there, But that's a great way to tease somebody or to flirt with somebody, is telling them what you like about them. And then seeing how they react. But I know the Hearth is definitely like what you want to be. You want to be somebody's sense of warmth and comfort that they can go to. A place that they feel a sense of safety from. I definitely know that about you. And that's why I feel like it's fine for me to tell you, knowing what I know of you, it is okay for you to just go balls to the wall and start flirting more. It's okay, Leonic. I promise you. I promise you it's okay. You need to flirt more. Be more open. That could also just be their skill issue for not reading your disinterest. Sometimes you just gotta slap them in the face with the, I'm not interested, please stop flirting with me. Yeah. I mean, if you're really not interested with somebody and they keep flirting with you after you show them the stone wall, then it is up to you to tell them, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. Sometimes you do have to just straight up say, hey, I'm not comfortable with you doing that. Because some people don't realize. Maybe they just don't have as much experience with the social cue stuff. I said you only gain the skill with experience. I also don't know how to be witty with flirting. I'll just give straight up compliments. That's fine. You don't have to be witty with flirting. Compliments is fine. Nobody hates a compliment, bro. I don't think there's anybody in here who would be mad if people started complimenting them. Oh, you like what I do? Oh, you like how I do this thing? Wow, tell me more. Yeah. People love hearing compliments. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a perfectly valid strat. But there you go. I hope that helps. I hope that helps, Leonix. Say, just be braver, be more open about it. You are less likely to creep people out than I think you realize, I think you're automatically assuming that if you talk to somebody, they're going to be grossed out by you, but that's not really the case. That is very much not really the case. You just got to put yourself out there, see how they respond, and then act accordingly. But you have to see how they respond first. You can't assume their responses. You can't assume how they're going to take you. You have to wait for them to actually show you. But there you go. We have our first contestant. Yeah. I hope that helps, Leonix. It's okay to be brave. It's okay to put yourself out there. Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. True. True, true, true. But yeah, there you go. Big stretch. And that's all of the readings for today. We're all caught up. Yippee! So I hope that helped. Like I said, it just takes more experience with actually bantering and flirting with people to realize what you're good at and to build up that skill level. But also you'd be surprised at how receptive a lot of people are. And yes, just straight up complimenting people about what you like about them is a valid flirting tactic. Telling people what you like about them is a valid flirting tactic. And people love to hear how much you like them, okay? As long as you're not laying it on extra thick. People love a good compliment. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel happy. I love compliments. I'll say it right now. I love compliments. I love when people compliment me. It makes me very happy. I get a little shy about how I respond about it, but it makes me happy. I love seeing the compliments. It feeds my ego. But there you go. Yeah, so Complimenting people is a valid flirting strategy. Like I said, yeah, like Vortexiality said, it's just you got to be sincere about it. Don't just say shit just to say shit. The quality of the compliment matters, and the quality of the compliment comes from the sincerity of the compliment. Pointing out specific things, you know? So here's a little tip on how to compliment somebody, right? You pick out specific things. So let's say I post an art piece, right? And you go, wow, I really like that art, Daria. I really like the color palette. It's really soft. It's very vibrant. Or I really like the expression on this character's face. It's really adorable, you know? Things like that. Pointing out a specific thing shows that you are actively paying attention. And that makes the compliment feel more sincere than just, oh yeah, I like your art, you know? Saying, I like your art because of this specific thing makes it feel extra special, extra dedicated, extra, what's the word? Like personalized, tailored, you know, to that person. Oh my gosh, hey Debbie, you're super cool with your art and your advice always hits. Love the chill and cozy atmosphere you bring. This is all a scheme to get you guys to give me compliments. Thank you. Yeah, extra points if it's like their special interest. Yeah, exactly. You just gotta tailor your compliments. I like what you did with this art piece. Must have used an advanced art software. Yeah. Yeah, you got the spirit. Yeah, artists don't hear that often enough. Like, we get X number of likes or views. Like, that's pretty good. But someone saying, I like the color palette is gold. Yeah, honestly, people commenting what specifically they like about something really does make an artist's day, because it shows, oh my God, they were actually like properly like looking at the piece. They were like actually looking at my work. They weren't just like aimlessly scrolling and liking it. Like they took the time to analyze my work. It's a great feeling. But yeah, there you go. There's Dari's compliment tips for you. Trademark pending. Alrighty, let's see. Who is online right now? Now that we've officially caught up with all the tarot readings. Who's up? Do you guys want Super Mario Bros. Or do you want Pokemon Pokopia? Which one y'all want? What's up, hi Chain? Welcome in, bestie. Works for platonic or romantic relationships. Yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody loves compliments. You will never go wrong complimenting your homies. Pokopia. Okay, we'll raid Jen again then, because Jen's also playing Pokopia right now. Yeah, I gotcha. No problem. So we're gonna raid Jen, who's currently playing Pokemon Pokopia. Tomorrow we'll be starting the Zero Escape trilogy. We will be playing 999, which, if you guys don't know, is like one of my favorite visual novel series, like genuinely. It is a psychological horror escape the room visual novel. One of my favorites. One of my absolute favorites. It fundamentally changed me as a person. If you guys haven't played 999 and if you know nothing about 999, highly encourage you to come watch. It's so much fun. I've played 999 semi recently, like within the past 2 years, but I haven't played Virtue's Last Reward or Zero Time Dilemma in like 10 years. So it'll be fun to play both of those again on stream after we beat 999. But yeah, we're back to our regularly scheduled Friday streams again, which I'm excited for. So yeah, we will be playing the Zero Escape trilogy on Fridays now. It's been a while since we've had a long-lasting series as well. I think the last time we played a game on Fridays for a long period of time was probably when we played Persona 3 Reload, which was fun. I did like having my Persona 3 Reload day. So Now we're making it our 0 escape day. So yeah, hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow for 999. But if not, no worries. I'll see you when I see you. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night, and good night.